Hello, collective. Let's see what the messages is coming in for you guys. Also, collective, this is a genuine reading and this is not everybody's story. It might relate to you, it might not. If it does not, collective, you know where you fit in these stories, okay? Spirit protect me and the collective as I do their reading from any harm and let them get the accurate readings that they need to give them guidance and strength. Also, protect them and whatever comes their way, let it go back to the person that sent it, I pray. Amen and amen, Spirit. Let's see what's coming in for y'all. Collect. We have her Sagittarius energy, the world and its span. Sagittarius energy, her. The world and its span. Okay. So we have her Sagittarius energy, her, the world and its span. Hold on. Trying to get my eye right. Hold on. Sagittarius energy, her, the world and its span. So it has something to do with wish fulfillment and wishes, her. So Sagittarius is y'all could be wish fulfillment and wishes can be coming in for you guys. We have here Capricorn energy, the boss, and it has something to do with someone her can be like a boss, or it has something to do with the Capricorn energy, her. Hold on. Sorry about that. I don't think they want this message to come out. But it has something to do with the South Node, her. Hold on. Okay. So it has something to do with Capricorn energy, her, the boss, her. And it has something to do with South Node here. And also life debt here. Okay. It has something to do with something's going to be a change, her. And it got something to do with Mars energy, her. Something's going to be a change. Because it has something to do with relationships, her. And it has something to do with partnerships and communication, her, with Jupiter energy, her. Somebody, her, in relationships can be two-faced, her. That's what it has something to do with her. Yep. Now you know. So let's see what's coming in here for you guys. What's the message, Spirit? We have her rooted, but it came out backwards, so I have to take it. We have here the fourth house rooted, her. So this got something to do with what is rooted. What somebody rooted, her, is backwards. And it has something to do with family, her. It got something to do with family because the tree, this got something to do with the tree. But it's backwards, her. So it got something to do with family. What somebody rooted, her. That's what it has something to do with her. Give me one on the fourth house, sir. Why is it backwards, sir? We have her Scorpio energy. Somebody here didn't go through a transformation in their household, her. Somebody here got to go through a transformation in their household. It got something to do with families. And it has something to do with that, her. With Scorpio energy, her. Yeah. Somebody going to have to go through a transformation in their households. And that means in things that do not serve them. And that means like things that don't. Yeah, it has something to do with the South Node and the moon. And it has something to do with the old karma. So it has something to do with in somebody's households, they in or own karma, her. Somebody here going to have to go through a transformation, her. These families. And it has something to do with that because they in their South Node. And they owe karmic debt, her. And the only way they go, or not old karmic debt, is going through a transformation here with Scorpio energy. Wow. Wow, Spirit. What's going on? Whoa, baby. Yeah. This is the message here. Yeah, it got something to do with Mars energy here. The mind. Thorn. It has something to do with thorn as well. alchemist is her. Thorn is connected to the alchemist as well as astrology. They got to know their self in first house her, their identity. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with Pluto energy her. Pluto energy is change. Pluto energy is change. Yeah. Yeah. In ninth house her. Didn't I tell you? It got to be change. Nice. Not something is changing her. It has something to do with ninth house her. Philosophy and things like that her. Something to change. Yeah. It has something to do with balanced her, and it has something to do with Libra energy her, and it has something to do with energies and frequencies her. Yeah. Somebody relationships got to be balanced, and the only way is to go through a transformation in their households. Wow. Wow, Spur. This is what's going on here, Spur. Yeah. Somebody who got to go through a transformation is Scorpio energy. It got something to do with Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is transformation, endings, something for the end in households. Where somebody rooted, it didn't root. Somebody households are backwards, and it has something to do with that her, and it has something to do with they didn't go through a transformation her. Something is for the end, and it has something to do with what for the end is. It has something to do with old karma, South Node, and also the moon. And it has something to do with that her. Somebody who got to go through a transformation her. It definitely is. That's real talk in households. Real talk her. Even in households. Somebody didn't change something in their household. They didn't change in their households her. Yeah. We have her honoring your agreements, the missionary work of modest. So somebody could be doing missionary work her. This is 8, honoring the agreement. And it has something to do with that. It has something to do with increasing your frequencies, the higher conscious of awareness. And it has something to do with 3-3. And it has something to do with 8-8. Let's see what 8-8 mean her. Eight, honoring your agreements in the missionary of modest. It says before you are increasing, you create a agreement with every single person you would come into contracts with. It says this is a appointment was scheduled to arise at the time. Necessary expansion for personal growth. It says in adding, you're choosing to use this lesson to help others. So somebody here to do missionary worker. It got something to do with them doing missionary worker. Yeah. And it has something to do with that her. Somebody here for to get karma, like I was telling you her. It has something to do with the karma of plug, the reflection of reflection. So somebody here that be doing missionary work and things like that her, for to get karma with this 666. Because it has something to do with the mirror reflection. Somebody here needs to go within themselves and they have to do the mirror reflection. They got to heal their wounds. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with these high priestesses her. And it has something to do with maximum twin flames. So it has something to do with these maximum twin flames and these high priestesses her. Because it has something to do with these high priestesses her is plugged into the maximum energy, and these maximums her is getting karma with this reflection and mirror reflection. Because somebody here didn't go within, like I told you. That's what it has something to do with her. These high priestesses her and these twin flames of maximum energy her. And it has something to do with that, and it has something to do with these high priestesses as well. high priestesses as well as high priests as well as high priesters here. Somebody heard it needs to cleanse their karma. Yeah. Because it has something to do with they abandoned to heal their, I told you, to heal their abandonment. They supposed to be by themselves so they can heal their abandonment issues. So they can, like I told you that. But somebody here didn't want to be by themselves. They had to have patience and love in loving themselves with this patience of self-love. This is the mystery of the message. Somebody here played around her, these high priestesses. Yeah, these high priestesses played around her, man. Y'all didn't heal y'all abandonment issues. That's what y'all didn't heal. And then y'all together her with this karma. I mean with this twin flames and maximum energy. High priestesses and priestesses. Nah. Somebody heard y'all finna get karma. Y'all plugged into karma her, man. Y'all plugged into karma and y'all plugged into this missionary work and karma her. Y'all played around her, high priestesses and priesters. Y'all played around her. And it has something to do with that her. Because it has something to do with increasing your frequencies as well as your highest conscious. Yeah. And it has something to do with entering the void, aligned with the influence of abundance. So it has something to do with y'all needed to find y'all highest conscious. It got something to do with that her, with increasing your frequencies. And it has something to do with energies her. Your highest awareness her, with this aligned with abundance. But it has something to do with the mastery of alchemists of the violent flames and activation her. And it has something to do with take me home pathway of true love. So alchemists, y'all would have found y'all true love if y'all would have went within yourselves and healed y'all abandonment issues. Y'all would have found y'all true love. But it has something to do with that, and it has something to do with a false twin flame her. So it has something to do with somebody here could be acting like they y'all false twin flame. This is what y'all plugged into.
Take the car things off for me.
When it's rusting, it's your false twin flame.
It's running.
And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with the healing of separation and going within. And it has something to do with remembering your identity as well as you can do it. So it has something to do with y'all supposed to know yourselves, love yourselves, go within, heal your abandonment issues. And it has something to do with that her by healing and separation.
What the freaking
Y'all played around her. Well, y'all have priestesses and stuff. Y'all played around her. Y'all sat around her and didn't heal your abandonment issues. You didn't heal your abandonment issues, and that means going within yourselves. I know. I did it. I did it for 3 months. I went through a transformation. And y'all didn't do that. That's why y'all getting karma. And I keep telling y'all that. But y'all ignore my messages like I don't know nothing. You keep ignoring them. Because the messages I get from the Most High. Because I obey the Most High. Yeah. Divine, it says divine creation receiving the comment of intelligence. And it has something to do with that her. And what y'all don't understand with this divine creation and receiving common intelligence, y'all with y'all false twin flame her. This is who y'all thought was y'all true love, mastery of alchemists. Y'all with y'all false twin flame her. And it got something to do with frequencies her. Somebody here played around her. Y'all played around. Like I told you. Y'all, that's why y'all household backwards. Y'all played around her. Y'all household backwards, man. Y'all played around her. That's what you did. You played around her. You got your messages come from the ancestors. Your messages come from spirit. Your messages come from the Most High. Your messages come from the Most High. You cannot disobey the Most High. High priestesses and priestess. You cannot disobey the Most High. That's why the ancestors are mad. They're not going to answer your messages. Because you didn't heal your abandonment issues. And I'm not talking about all alchemists. I'm talking about some of y'all. You didn't heal your abandonment issues. That was a no-no. Definitely was. Told you. Got something to do with bass her. In a home her. Didn't I tell you that? And it got something to do with y'all took this leap. Something faded. It's faded her. Because y'all took a leap. And it has something to do with it. And it got something to do with it in y'all home. Y'all home is upside down. A lot of you priestesses and high priestesses and spiritual people that be doing spiritual work. Yeah, y'all played around her. And y'all played with the Most High. You played with the Most High. You played with the ancestors. And then you sat around here and think that you could call on your ancestors? No, ma'am. You cannot call on your ancestors and you don't know your true self. That's on y'all though. I pray for you though, because I've been through it. It got something to do with the ice. Yeah, something is cold here, baby. And I told you it got something to do with the ice. And it has something to do with commitments. And it has something to do with the sun. Somebody here got a whole pack here. Somebody here having a commitment here. And they think that they happy. It has something to do with y'all gifts or cleanse. Y'all gifts or gone. Because y'all didn't disobey the Most High. Y'all disobey the ancestors. Y'all, only way y'all gonna get messages if you cleanse these relationships. And it has something to do with that her. And that's how y'all gonna get connected to y'all ancestors, like I told you in your home. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with the only way y'all gonna be in wealthy is knowledge. It got something to do with God mouth her. Y'all getting messages her from God mouth. This is how you sow your seeds. But y'all sowed y'all seeds in destruction her. This is what y'all sowed y'all seeds into. Destruction for playing and disobeying the ancestors and the Most High. And then y'all sowed around her and sowed y'all seeds into partying. Because it got something to do with the world. And it got something to do with y'all seeds or dry. They dry. Y'all played around. Y'all played around. Y'all played around here. Y'all played around. Y'all played around with the Most High, the ancestors. You can't have spiritual gifts. Your gifts come from God. Your gifts ain't come from you. They came from God. God gave you them gifts for a purpose. And you thinking the ancestors and the Most High and the angels are not watching you? Y'all got another thing coming, man. Y'all gifts are cleansed. The only way you can get your gifts back is cleansing these relationships. Courage. Didn't I tell you that? Had a courage. And it got something to do with having courage to get abundance. Y'all sit around here playing around. But I gotta keep the message right. Every time what's coming in for my collective here. No, I told you. Y'all purpose and peace is gone. Y'all purpose and peace is gone. And it has something to do with that. Because you didn't have the courage. And it has something to do with y'all gonna be in fear. This is what y'all accept. Fear. And it has something to do with that. That's why it's a death cord. And it's a death cord of somebody thinking that they can be envious. Because somebody here should have been practical here and balanced. They should have been practical and balanced. And they should have been practical and balanced to go through change. But somebody here wanted to blame somebody here that was successful. That's why somebody here finna be in grief. And they finna be in regret about growth. And what they grew into was relationships. And as I do these relationships wanting forgiveness. And it has something to do with that here with trust. But somebody here, y'all trusted and y'all forgave the people that did y'all dirty. And it has something to do with that here. That's why y'all's in doubt. Nah, y'all should have never forgave. Not when they backstabbed you. Y'all should have forgave them, but never messed with them again. Y'all played around here, man. Y'all played around here with the Most High, man. Didn't I tell you somebody here finna be in grief? Didn't I tell you ain't nothing but ice here, man? Ain't nothing but ice here. And it got something to do with grief. Yeah, I'm telling you. So I here finna go through ice, man. Y'all see this road? Y'all see that wheel off that car? Somebody here can't even ride no more where they going. Or they can't even go down their path no more. That's what it has something to do with her. Somebody here finna be in grief. Because somebody here thought that they could forgive relationships, sir. Like I keep telling you. Somebody thought that they could forgive relationships. But somebody here finna be in regret. And they finna be in regret of what they grew her. I keep telling you. Y'all played around here, man. 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 Y'all played around with the Most High. Your gifts is gone. And the only way you gonna get your gifts back is cleansing from relationships. When you gifted, you cannot be around people that ain't no good. They will drain you of your gifts and use them against you. I know. I went through it. That's the reason why I'm on this channel. I'm not on this channel to get viewers. I'm not on this channel to have my stuff looking good. I won't even care. I don't even do readings that's by itself. I don't want the money. I didn't come here for that. I came here to help my spiritual gifted people as well as the world to know who they are. Y'all played around here. Y'all played around with the Most High here, man. Y'all played around here, and I keep telling you on my channel. Look on my channel. It tell you y'all played with the Most High. You intuitive people. You can't come online and all that and put on the show to the world. You could probably put on that show for the world, but the Most High, if you get it, see you, and He gonna judge you. That's the show. Didn't I tell you we back to square one? What I tell you, come through, Spirit. Come through, Spirit. Because the guy started doing somebody here on a karmic wheel. And it has something to do with y'all in the karmic wheel in this bed. with this sex and all that. Yeah, you in karmic wheel with this sex. That's for sure. Somebody here played with the Most High. I told you that. Didn't want to go within. Didn't want to heal y'all inner childhood wounds. Didn't want to end y'all abandonment issues. I heal mine. I could be by myself all day, eat food by myself, go out by myself, love myself, give it to the Most High by myself. I can do it all by myself because I went through a transformation and now I feel good. If anybody walk out my life, I'm still okay. You feel me, collective? That's that spiritual work. That's that inner work. That's that inner work.
Get out! Get out!
Be quiet, baby. That's what you gotta do. Tell you. It feel good loving you. It feel good knowing you. It feel good knowing your worth. It feel good knowing who you are. But doing all that for everybody else, Here we go. Let's bring it in. But I tell you, I gotta bring it in. Somebody here is in karmic wheel, man. Somebody here played around. It's judgment on somebody. I told you that. It's judgment on these nights. Whatever that's coming in is judgment on them. Because it got something to do with the fine print as well as research. Be careful, pay attention, and it has something to do with the biker her. Somebody could be knowledgeable, these knowledgeable people only cared about somebody coming in for them and all that. Somebody should have been aware who they was dealing with this Virgo energy and Libra energy her. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with the catalyst. Arguments her. Yeah. Y'all finna be on fire her. And what's finna be on fire is somebody here finna be in a karmic wheel. And the reason why is because it's happening now her with this curtain finna be out. With this curtain finna be out. Because somebody here finna go through a loss. Yeah. That's real talk. Somebody here played around. It's judgment on somebody here. Yeah, it's judgment on somebody here. I told y'all played around with the Most High. It's judgment on somebody. Yeah, somebody here ain't nothing but in ice. And they journey is broken down here. Somebody finna be in grief. And the reason why they finna be in grief here, because it got something to do with this ice, and it has something to do with judgment. It got something to do with Sagittarius energy here. We back to Sagittarius energy here, and it has something to do with that here. Somebody here rooting into their family. It got something to do with family here. Even they gotta go through transformation with family here, but they never did. They want to kick it with the people that's gonna betray them. Nah. That's why somebody here finna go, if they do not go through a transformation in their home, they don't go through this transformation, somebody own a karmic debt here in South Node. And it got something to do with that in the moon. So this is what somebody here hiding in their home. And it has something to do with that here. Somebody here played around. I ain't played around here. Real talk. Told you somebody here was spiritual guided. Didn't I tell you somebody should have been went through with this flow and should have been guided her with this flow? Because the angels was telling somebody. But somebody here wanted to play with the past lives here with creation. Told you what I tell you. Sagittarius energy, the conscious. Somebody here should have been in the conscious. It's judgment on a whole bunch of people here that act like they spiritual. I came for this is the reason why I came on my channel. It's judgment on the ones that's conscious. Y'all sat around here and played around with the Most High. It got something to do with the missing pieces transformation. You gonna have to go through a transformation. That's the missing piece here. Because if you do not, it got something to do with your minds. It's gonna be nothing but minus. With this increase y'all thought y'all was doing. Y'all gonna be in y'all head. And the reason why, cause y'all wanted to play with the past. Like the past was gonna save y'all. And what I mean by the past, you knew they was gonna betray y'all. Y'all knew they was gonna dirty y'all. Y'all knew they was gonna do dirty your friends, your family, your lovers. You should have went through an ending to get new beginnings. Sagittarius is a mute sign. We used to change. You got to change. If you do not change, you cannot grow. Y'all playing around here. It's judgment on y'all. Real talk. But once it's in the conscious, and it got something to do with that here, and it has something to do with the missing pieces, y'all gonna have to go through a transformation here. And the ones that went through a transformation, y'all still messing with the old, it's judgment on y'all too. Y'all sat around here and played around here, you high priestesses and priestesses, and doing ministry work, and think that you don't see the Most High. I'm calling you out. I don't call you don't like me. I didn't come in this world for y'all to like me. I came in this world to bring that message. And the message is, the Most High gave me is to let you know you cannot play with God and His ministry work. Even if you are a reader, a preacher, or anything in the Bible. You gonna have to obey the Most High. Because I do. I went through deployment cycles. Deaths and rebirths after rebirth, and death after death, and rebirth after rebirth. You got to do that to go through growth. The Three of Wands. Somebody here got foresight. And the Knight of Cups. You people that's in this Three of Wands, they got foresight here, man. Y'all thinking that relationships gonna give you what you need. Nah, baby. The Most High gonna give you what you need. Your self-worth gonna give you what you need. Y'all played around here. You keep playing around. Y'all keep playing around, man. Y'all keep playing around. Transformation coming in, though. It definitely is. It's coming in here. Told you, the magician, Gemini energy. Yeah, I told you that. Everybody around here. The Five of Wands. Didn't I tell you that this is what somebody thought they was manifesting? Somebody here manifest competition. Somebody manifest conflict. Yeah, they manifest conflict here. Yeah. Now you played around her. Yeah, the Eight of Wands. Somebody's job. Somebody try to, if they work her, finna be conflict and competition. Yeah, at their job. Yeah. Come on in. Ain't nothing but the Ten of Swords here. At their job here, somebody here finna get Ten of Swords. Somebody here finna go through betrayal in their job. Yeah. That's what I had something to do with her. Somebody here played around her. Gemini energy as well. Five of Swords here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what they grew their season to. It's conflict. And they grew their season to conflict here. Yeah. And illusions here. This is what's coming in to them. It's illusions. Yeah. Somebody here played around her. Somebody here played around her. Somebody played around her. Somebody played around her. Somebody played around her. I'm sorry to let y'all know, but I gotta bring the fact. Somebody here manifests conflict and competition. This is what they manifest her. The magicians. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with that somebody work her. And it got something to do with ain't nothing gonna be this nothing but the Ten of Swords. Because somebody heard this is what somebody heard manifest. Yeah. This is what they manifest. Because they didn't want to go through a transformation here. Somebody heard it's in the conscious. Then I tell you the Nine of Pentacles. What somebody here grew their season to. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with the Knight of Wands. Give me one on the Magician. The Two of Wands. Somebody here planning. This is what somebody doing. And what they planning in, y'all see these two, this man here and the two-faced this here. Somebody here is two-faced it. This is what somebody here manifest was two-facedness. Yeah. This is what they manifested into. Yeah. Somebody here finna get 10 of sword here. Who somebody was working with her, they finna get 10 of sword. Yeah. Yeah. They finna get 10 of sword who they was working with. Yeah. Because it got something to do with the Four of Wands. And it has something to do with in their home here. They finna go through conflict. Whoever somebody was planning with her, they finna go through conflict. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what's coming in with the Eight of Wands. And they gonna go through conflict here. And it has something to do with it. This is what they manifest her. It got something to do with it. They gonna go through conflict, competition in their home. Yeah. Whatever this is. It has something to do with the Two of Cups here, and it got something to do with these empresses. These empresses that's in this Two of Cups. Yeah. They finna go through conflict. And it has something to do with that because they stuck her. These empresses are stuck. And they finna get 10 of sword her for who they was working with. This real talk. Because they don't know how to heal their abandonment issues. Okay, give me one on the Eight of Pentacles. Told you. The Three of Wands. These people that got foresight at their jobs and stuff. These people that got foresight. These intuitive people here. Yeah, in their home. They finna find out they in competition here. Yeah. Because it got something to do with the Two of Swords here. And they finna be 10 of sword in her. They was indecisive for her. And they ain't stalemate her. And it's the people that they was working with her that was putting them in competition. Yeah, it's in their home. Oh, you're playing around her. These people that got foresight. Yeah. Because it got something to do with the Hierophant her. Taurus energy. Yeah. They be trying to do this to a Taurus. It's a Taurus here finna get 10 of sword in here. A Taurus. This is real talk. Taurus is if y'all in relationships, be aware who you dealing with. And you spiritual, yeah, y'all finna get 10 of sword in here, man. And it has something to do with that here because it got something to do with y'all work with somebody here in y'all home, Tauruses. And it has something to do with some of y'all. And it has something to do with the Emperor. And it has something to do with this Empress or give it to more than one person with the Six of Pentacles here. Your own Emperor is backstabbing you. And then your Emperor gonna walk away from you. Your own lover finna walk away from you. Gemini energy. Somebody here finna get a towel for who they was working with her. Because it got something to do with the Five of Wands. Somebody here was putting them in competition. Somebody here played around her. Somebody here played around. Somebody, I don't care if you gifted or not. You got to heal your abandonment issues. That's how you gonna be free. That's how you gonna know your self-worth. Somebody here played around. Somebody played with the Most High. What I tell you, the Nine of Wands. Somebody here should have been standing their ground. It has something to do with close to success. Possessions of close to success. The Knight of Wands. Somebody here is close to success, but somebody here only wanted to treat them like a hookup and a one-night stand. Somebody here played around. I told you. Somebody here played around. Give me one on the Magician. I told somebody if they do this reflection work here, they got to look at themselves. Whatever this is. Told you. Come on through, Spirit. These mind games here, somebody if go through obstacles. And these mind games here, somebody here played around. And they have something with somebody for to be heartbroken and shattered. Because it has something to do with that her. It has something to do with somebody here finna get ghosts on them. Whoever this is. Yeah. These alchemists is her. That's backwards her. Finna go through legal issues. Who they was laying with. They emperor was backstabbing them all along. Y'all better read my readings, man. Who y'all dealing with? These emperors. Yeah, you high priests and priests. Y'all don't get it. Play with them if you want to. What I tell you. So I gotta do this reflection work with these pop-ups. They definitely is and they home here. They definitely is. These stars, yeah, it's getting charmed. I told you that. These stars are getting charmed. These healers are getting charmed. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with these families her. It's finna avoid their own family finna do this to them. These healers. They own family finna avoid them, ghost them, and treat them like they nothing. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with they finna go through continuing that her. And I told they should have released their families. They should have released their lovers, their old lovers. They should have released it. Because if they did it, they going through continuing that her. Incarnate in Saturn energy. And it has something to do with that her. Somebody here should have looked at the signs her. It's fated for them to go through this too. Oh, here play around. Somebody here play around. They got to look at themselves who was popping up on them. They got to look at themselves with this mirror. Whatever this is. Because it got, I told you, because it has something to do with somebody here ain't nothing but clinging up on them with South Node her. North Node, see a South Node. It has something to do with clinginess as well as that. Yeah, somebody here played around her. Whoever that's holding on to them, they in a South Node her. I told you this chase. Got something to do with this chase her. And it got something to do with the death cord. So I'm finna end with this chase. Yeah, it's finna end her. Because it got something to do with somebody here finna carry burdens and they finna be trapped. It's who somebody worked with her in divine timing. Yeah, it's who somebody worked with her in divine timing. Somebody here played around. They played around her. And they homes who popping up on them, they in they South know her. And clinging up on to them. And it has something to do with that her. These people that got foresight, they own family finna do this to them. They own lover finna do this to them. This is facts. If they did not let go of that past and they knew the person was gonna do it again on them and they gonna forgive them. And forgive them, you can forgive all day long. But you don't gotta mess with them. Didn't I tell you that? Somebody here don't have no new beginnings. They don't have no new beginnings here. Somebody here cleaned up. Somebody here played around her. They did. Yeah, somebody here finna get receipts. I told you, it's a detective here got receipts on somebody here. These detectives finna get receipts. And the receipts that they finna get is I told you, somebody finna be in anxiety and they finna be having panic attacks. Because the scales gotta be balanced. And it has something to do with that her. Somebody here that knows this, that's sitting back and eating popcorn, that's abundant her. And it has something to do with her. Somebody here should get messages that they should have been broke up. Yeah, that's the messages they getting. Somebody here played around her. They did. They played around her. Somebody here that's in a South know her, that's clinging on and stuff like that her, having new beginnings. Yeah, somebody here should have never had, they ain't finna have no new beginning her. Somebody here played around her. They definitely did. Accepting and resign. Surrendering to your inner peace. Somebody here should have surrendered to their inner peace, sir. And it has something to do with that her. You are worth being by. It says you are worth by being. Your identity. Somebody here should have knew their identity. Whoever this is. Yeah, they should love themselves. They should heal their abandonment issues, sir. But somebody here finna get 10 of 40. Yeah. What I tell you. It says voiding and addiction, sir. It says, sir, the identity of the blues, the inner void. Yeah, somebody here one ain't nothing but wearing a doggone mask. And it has something to do with that her divine creation receiving the comment of intelligence, sir. Somebody here ain't nothing but wearing a straight mask. Somebody here wearing many a mask, sir. They wear many a masses, sir. Whoever this is. Yeah, somebody here chained. Didn't I tell you that? Somebody here is chained with the devil here. It says her overpowered as well as rebuild or frozen. Didn't I tell you somebody here is chained? Escaping from somebody here trying to escape, but they chained. Whoever this is. And it has something to do with escaping from stillness. And it has something to do with overrated, the flowing, the panic of the past echo. I tell somebody to play with the past. And it has something to do with that her. This is what they chain. They chain into the past. Mac, come on. Told somebody played around her. They did. They played around her. Whoever this is. They definitely did. Let me hurry up. Told you. Somebody here finna find out that they finna go through conflict and competition. Whoever this is. Yeah. Told you. This is what's cooking. With these creation and plans, as well as making progress of the identity of, this is what's cooking. Somebody here putting somebody here in competition, and it has something to do with that her. Yeah, that's what's cooking. And it has something to do with wealth as well as riches, sir. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with somebody's pathway. Somebody taking somebody riches and wealth. That's what they doing. Yeah. Somebody even could be eating on somebody. I told you unhealthy relationships coming through, Spur. Didn't I tell you that? This is what's going to be revealed. Unhealthy relationships, sir, as well as abusive, and also what's the name of? The sun and the moon. This is what's being revealed. Whatever somebody was hiding, it's going to be shown that they in an unhealthy relationships. And it has something to do with that because the door is closed. Somebody should have closed the door on these snakes. It has something to do with that here. They should have been using their throat chakra. Alright, everybody around. I gotta hurry up. Somebody played around her. Yeah. You high priestesses, y'all played around her. Only way y'all gonna find y'all true self is loving y'all self, sir. Somebody here didn't study. They didn't study her. I told you that it got something to do with studying. And somebody here didn't study. They didn't study her. Nope. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with, that's how they was gonna find somebody here acting like they centered. Somebody here acting like they centered her, but they never studied and loved they self and know they self worth her, but they acting like they centered her. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with somebody here let go of they centered. They let go of they centered self. And it has something to do with that her. Yeah. Because somebody heard these caregivers here should have did shadow work. And it has something to do with that. But they gave to relationships, sir. This is what they gave to. Is relationships. Yeah. And it has something to do with having fun in the heavens. But they now they want to answer. Now they want to ask for messages from heaven. And it has something to do with that here with these animal kingdoms. They get messages from animal kingdoms. That's what the messages they get. Yeah. Because it has something to do with giving back, and it has something to do with they never gave back to the ancestors. And it has something to do with this verbal as well as self-love. That's why the only way they supposed to gave to that's how they would have gave to the ancestors is loving they self and verbal her. Y'all take care. Bye.